Aye, quoi ça?
Ya.
Aye, la.
Ya.
Aye, tout.
Ya.
Zi.
Ya.
Daughter.
Ya.
Escola.
Ya.
Allez, bon, so.
Oh so. Oh so. Oh.
Ase munyenga.
Asimenyanga. Akakakaka ewange.
Hey.
Ewange.
Hey.
Ewange.
Abane kwasiyo. Abane kwasiyo. Abane kwasiyo. Zewame. Oh, zewame. Zewame. Oh, zewame. Zewame yo. Bambinde semo zewame yo. Obyoku. Oh, zewame. Oh, zewame. Oh, zewame yo. Bambinde semo zewame yo. Oh, zewame. Oh, zewame. Oh, zewame yo. Bambinde semo zewame yo. Monu. 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 As. Obyoku. Oh, zewame. Oh, zewame. Oh, zewame yo. Bambinde semo zewame yo. Oh, zewame. Oh, zewame. Oh, zewame yo. Bambinde semo zewame yo. Monu. 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 As. Obyoku. Bambo qui n'est pas lembo. Oh, ya. 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 Bambo qui n'est pas lembo. Monu. Oh, ya. Bambo qui n'est pas lembo. Oh, ya. Bambo qui n'est pas lembo. Oh, ya. Bambo qui n'est pas lembo. Monu. Yo, 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 yo. Obyo. Obyo. Oh, ya. Oh, ya. Oh, ya. Oh, ya. Bambo qui n'est pas lembo. 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 Oh, ya. Yo, 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 yo. Obyo. Obyo. Oh, ya. Oh, ya. Oh, ya. Oh, ya. Alata kute malando, ewanje no ya. Ewanje no, alata kute malando, ewanje no ya. Ewanje no. Apale rolane, ewanje no ya. Juberashe, ewanje no ya. Ewanje no ya. Ewanje no, alata kute malando, ewanje no ya. Obyoku. Desige no rekona mamba, ya ya ho. Desige no rekona mamba, ya ya ho. Ya ya ho. Double star, ya ya ho, ya. Manenkose, ya ya ho. Mpenganenye, Mr. Otto Davido, Madame Peros, Ewane Josh, Angole Filippo, Ewane Raymond, Elon Paul, oh ya, oh ya, oh ya. Aleta kute malando, ewanje no ya. Ewanje no, aleta kute malando, ewanje no ya. Ewanje no. Apale rolane, ewanje no ya. Juberashe, ewanje no ya. Ewanje no ya. Ewanje no, aleta kute malando, ewanje no ya. Obyoku. Aye, kwasa.
Ya.
Aye, lat.
Ya.
Aye, ntu.
Ya.
Zi.
Ya.
Dota.
Ya.
Escola.
Ya.
Ale bon so.
Onso. Oh.
Ase munyenge.
Asimenyenge. Akakakaka Yaounde.
Hey.
Yaounde.
Hey.
Yaounde.
Abana kwasi yo. Abana kwasi yo. Abana kwasi yo. Zewame. Oh zewame. Zewame. Oh zewame. Zewame yo. Bambinje semo zewame yo. Obioko. Oh zewame. Oh zewame. Oh zewame yo. Bambinje semo zewame yo. Oh zewame. Oh zewame. Oh zewame yo. Bambinje semo zewame yo. Monu. 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 As. Obioko. Oh zewame. Oh zewame. Oh zewame yo. Bambinje semo zewame yo. Oh zewame. Oh zewame. Oh zewame yo. Bambinje semo zewame yo. Monu. 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 As. Obioko. Bambo qui n'est pas lembo. Oh ya. 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 Bambo qui n'est pas lembo. Monu. Oh ya. Bambo qui n'est pas lembo. Oh ya. Bambo qui n'est pas lembo. Oh ya. Bambo qui n'est pas lembo. Monu. Yo 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 yo. Obio. Obio. Oh ya. Oh ya. Oh ya. Oh ya. Bambo qui n'est pas lembo. 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 Yo 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 yo. Obio. Obio. Oh ya. Oh ya. Oh ya. Oh ya. Aleta kute malando. Yaounde no ya. Yaounde no. Aleta kute malando. Yaounde no ya. Yaounde no. Apale rolane. Yaounde no ya. Tuberache. Yaounde no ya. Yaounde no ya. Yaounde no. Aleta kute malando. Yaounde no ya. Obioko. Lesigati no rekona mama.
Ya ya ho.
Lesigati no rekona mama. Ya ya ho. Ya ya ho. Double star. Ya ya ho. Ya Wanankose.
Ya ya ho.
Mpenganenye. Mr. Otto Davido. Madame Peros. Ewane Josh. Angole Filippo. Ewane Raymond. Elon Paul. Oh ya.
communalrecord.com.
Chinese are ruling the Chinese land. Japan is ruled by Japanese.
And yes, ladies and gentlemen, we want to know who owns the land. And that land is the territory we refer today as the Federal Republic of Amazonia. We know, of course, that we own the land, but we would love the international community and the Republic du Cameroon to know that even though they live in denial, they must acknowledge one of these days that indeed Ambazonians, the former British Southern Cameroons, owns the land. Good evening and welcome to ABS Africa Broadcasting Service, coming to you as usual, ladies and gentlemen, from the great state of Texas, precisely Houston Houston, Texas. It's always a privilege to come to you with updates about this struggle for independence restoration for the Southern Cameroons, Ambazonia. I would like to welcome all of you who are tuning in from homeland, what we call ground zero, and of course, ground one. I'd like to also welcome all of you, ladies and gentlemen, joining in from Akwaya, where so much is going on, and it is going to be the focus of this broadcast, the main focus of this broadcast today. Again, referring to Akwaya, I'd like to welcome all of you joining also from Europe, the EU, including the United Kingdom, the continent USA, with Canada, the South America, the Middle East, the Far East, and the Near East. How many East are there? Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Please go ahead, hit your share button as usual. This promises to be very, very illuminating and exciting, and I like to have as many people join us as possible so that I come to you with this presentation proper. Today is Monday, June the 27th. It's a gracious day to be alive, and I want to believe for all of you tuning in, you are finding it, or for those of you who are already past the day, midnight or almost midnight, especially ground zero. It is after 8 on ground zero. I hope you had a great day today on ground zero. I hope that Ghost Town was greatly respected in all of Ambazonia as usual. All right, I'd like to see, please go ahead, hit that share button in the next 5 minutes. Let's make it to at least 700. In the next 5 minutes, make it to at least 700. Meanwhile, it's been a while that I haven't been here, ladies and gentlemen. So much going on that stops me from coming as regularly as I used to do, but I'm believing that in the days ahead, things will stabilize and I will be able to come to you at least 3 times a week. Lot of things are happening out there, and you deserve to be updated with those things. Sometimes we can't catch up with them, but when we are caught up with other things, especially family things, we have to give priority to those. So thank you for tuning in, and go ahead please and hit your share button. Let me see what those of you joining have in mind. Let me know where you are joining from. And do not forget, ABS is on Roku TV or Roku app, as some would love to call it. Roku app is an app that comes with every smart TV. Even when it doesn't come with your smart TV, you can buy it separately from your Walmart. If you are in the diaspora, you can buy it at Walmart, Best Buy, maybe even Target, and every electronic store. You can find Roku, the Roku adapter in Walmart. It's very tiny. I wish I had one here. Very tiny. You buy it, plug it on the high definition HDMI. Yeah, you buy it, plug it on the HMDI port behind your television, and just connect your internet to it to receive it, and you'll be able to receive thousands, and I literally mean thousands of channels, ladies and gentlemen. So we are on Roku, broadcasting 24/7. Everything that is seen on ground zero, anywhere in the diaspora, you can now watch it 24/7 by way of Roku TV. Many of you, I believe, almost all of you watching from the diaspora, you have Roku TV. If you have YouTube, listen to me, if you have YouTube on your television set, you are all set, especially if it is on Roku. All you need to do is look for streaming channels, and hit that, and then hit the search button, enter Africa Broadcasting Service, not ABS Africa, but the full term, Africa Broadcasting Service, and you will find ABS any time of the day. Okay, Let me see where you guys are coming in from. I see Jack Mack. The blood of our people been killed. We hunt Frundi. Okay. Jang Mbako, I see you. Eric Guan, I see you. Amba Jesus. Wow. Christian Kumbo is always here. He never misses it. Bole is another one too. He never misses it. Amba Tokai says, Uncle Chris, thank you for your sacrifice for Ambazonia. Thank you, sir. Ikomelionga from Texas. Yes, sir. Thank you. Ndamba Igwe from Leverkusen. Where is that? Okay, Papulo Bado Gentle. I see you, sir. Gideon Monto. I am watching from Bamenda. I am glad to meet you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you for tuning in. Langang Donabel, I see you watching from Yaounde, the colonial capital territory. Okay, thank you. Zam Inji, funny noise in the background. Oh, for real? Is it still there? Somebody let me know whether there is still noise in the background. Please let me know, notify me if there is still noise in the background. Okay. Ayuk Ire from Dubai. Wonderful. I see Ben Che watching from Berlin, Germany. Akem Amin. I see you, sir. Good evening, Secretary Chris. Move on. Ambazonians are behind you. Mark Powell, he's always here too. Ams Zonia, I see you. La Republic is slaughtering us like animals. And all that Soya Samuel Ito concern is to bring brasserie products into Ambazonia in the name of building a stadium in Bamenda. Well, you know what? They never give you anything free, right? You have to pay for it. If they bring you a road to Bamenda, you have to pay for it somehow. They bring you a stadium, you got to pay for it somehow. So you got to buy brasseries for them to build you a stadium in Bamenda. If that is the most important thing they think Bamenda needs, somebody should tell them Bamenda doesn't need a stadium. Bamenda needs a road that links it from all corners, from La Republique to Cameroon to Nkambe. All right? From Santa, that is from Santa down to Bamenda and to Nkambe. All right. And if they don't bring you those roads, destroy every crate of brasserie that you find out there. Please hit your share button. If you are just joining, hit your share button. Please hit your share button. Okay, Julie Jojo, I see you sir watching, he says, from New York. Acho Bois, Bamian, I see you, Anchorman. Thank God for you. Thank you, sir. Taste Clement, welcome, Anchorman. Long no see, sir. Okay, all right. Destiny Prince, I see you. Thanks for always being there, all right? Mata Enjoys always here. Nicholas Alea, I see you. I see also Bertrand Ayok. Yes, he's always here. Neighbor Mumbai Celestine. I see you. Jack Mac David. Hi, Lion Man. Boca is greeting. Okay, thank you, sir. Andre DiCarlo, your boss is here, all right? Says my boss. I don't know him. Margaret Elad, watching from Lincoln, Nebraska. Wonderful, thanks for tuning in, ma'am. Lokasa Olala Bians, wow. Okay, says watching from Texas. Elvis Mbamwe from Abacoa, great job. Matchfire, okay. Amba, I see you. Frank, good evening, sir. Chris Anu watching from UAE. All right. Ed Array says so much noise in the background. All right, we've got to check into that. We've got to check into that place. Let's see, find out where that noise is coming from. We've got to find out where that noise is coming from. Okay, yes, we got it. Okay, tell me now whether it is okay, please. Thank you for figuring that out. All right, David Ikengim La Republique should should what? Kill as they want. Ambazonia must be free. I see in Kemcha Simon. In John Frundi is if John Frundi is an intellectual, but for fool, it doesn't make a lot of sense to me. But whatever the case. All right, Kennedy, watching from Boya. All right, ladies and gentlemen, please, I like to see those numbers flying up to the sky, because I am going to weigh into this broadcast proper this very moment. Again, I am quite excited coming to you today. We're going to discuss a number of issues today. So much has been taking place on ground zero. We have all learned of the killings in Akwaya local government. We also have learned that Yaounde is very jittery, very jittery of what the interim government led by Iya Marianta is or may do in the La République du Cameroon's territories, and put out a statement a few days ago warning their security chiefs in Yaounde, in Douala, and in Bafoussam, and then Boya and Bamenda. You know, you don't have to worry about Boya and Bamenda. Boya and Bamenda, they're under control. They're under control. You have to be worried about Bafoussam. You've got to be worried about Douala. You've got to be worried about Yaounde. We will take care of Boya, and we will take care of Bamenda. I'll be coming to that. That's one of the subjects, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to be discussing today. We'll also be talking about what is going on at the SDF or in the SDF. Frundi is dancing in Baya in Yaounde, why the SDF is being evicted in Bamenda from its secretariat for 4 years. 4 years alone of non-range payment. 4 years. And alone it amounts to 4 million francs. That's what I read. Please hit your share button if you are just joining. We haven't started yet. Go ahead and hit your share button, ladies and gentlemen. So we're going to talk about that. What is happening in the SDF? Agobala turns down the offer for cabinet member. And Joshua Osi, the vice chair of the party, says all diaspora and Ambazonian leaders should be arrested in the diaspora and extradited to the another foreign country they call their own, La République du Cameroon. We're going to look into that, and we will do some justice to this number of events, ladies and gentlemen. But before I get there, something very important that I still need to draw your attention to. And I am here talking about the Oku, ladies and gentlemen. Oku 40. These faces you find on your screen are faces of Ambazonians picked up almost 3 months ago in Oku, ladies and gentlemen. Again, they were picked up in Oku almost 3 months ago. And today, they cannot be appointed for. They cannot be accounted for. They have been missing for almost 3 months. It is alleged that 15 were found in detention centers in La République du Cameroon. 15 out of 40. Ladies and gentlemen, they were discovered, as I learned. Again, this is only an allegation. That 15 have been traced at the detention centers in La République du Cameroon, that is in Yaounde. But the rest of them, ladies and gentlemen, have not been located. Their whereabouts, nobody knows. And that colonial administration that used its occupational soldiers in the northern zone to pick up these 40 Ambazonians, they have not as much as issued out a statement. I don't know whether they think nobody feel that these guys are not in their custody. We all know they were picked up by French Cameroon soldiers in Oku. Now again, we learn 15 are alleged to be in incarceration in Yaounde. 25, we have no idea. Even the 15, we do not know who the 15 are until Yaounde puts out a list of those they have in custody. We will not know who is alive and who is dead. But this is the point. This is the point. We will not let this issue just vanish until these 40 people are accounted for. And if you are an Ambazonian, please go out, go to Twitter, go to the social media, hashtag, tell us where 25 Oku, no, 40 Oku, where are the 40 Okus? Hashtag, where are the 40 Okus? We are told, ladies and gentlemen, these were mere bike riders escorting the corpse of one of theirs for burial in Oku. And on the returning, they were picked up by French Cameroon soldiers, 40 of them. We don't know where they are. Again, it is alleged 15 are incarcerated somewhere in Yaounde. We don't know about 25. We're not even sure of the 15 because we don't know who they are. We need to know who is alive and who is dead. Ladies and gentlemen, these are their faces. These are their faces. We are asking La République du Cameroun to account for these 40 innocent Ambazonians in their custody. We want to know about the state of their health, their families, their lawyers. I mean, the families should be allowed to have access to them, and their families should be given access to lawyers to take to them wherever they are incarcerated. And it is only when lawyers have access to them that we can actually know who is alive, and who is not. Again, I want to hope that those out there writing reports, all the globalists with human rights groups on the ground, I want to believe that they too are asking these questions. Ladies and gentlemen, where are the 40? Where are the 40 Oku? And I hope also that Human Rights Watch, Amnesty International, you will not only know how to indict Ambazonians fighting for their rights, fighting for their freedom when they do something that you think is against your so-called human rights regulations, but you will go after La République du Cameroun to account for these 40 innocent young men who were trying to make a living for themselves, call themselves bike riders. There must be enough pressure out there so we can, at the end of the day, know what is happening to them or what has happened to them. Ladies and gentlemen, it is very, very important that we put that pressure. If you have a Twitter account, get to Twitter. Hashtag, where are the Oku 40s? Where are the Oku 40s? What La République should tell us what, we need a report. We need a report from La République telling us about their fate. We want to know where they are. If they are dead, we also want to know. Their parents should have access to them. Their lawyers should have access to them. It is very, very important. Okay, that is it about Oku, ladies and gentlemen. Now I'll take you to Yaounde, where John Frundi has a new home and a new headquarters. John Frundi, suddenly, the chairman becomes a citizen of La République du Cameroun with residency in the colonial capital, Yaounde, and he is truly happy there. Very, very happy there. I'd like to show you what he is doing there, ladies and gentlemen. Let me show you what Chairman Frundi is doing there. Look at that. Look at that. what Chairman John Frundi is doing in Yaounde, ladies and gentlemen. Isn't the man having some fun? I mean, real fun out there. If you look at the complete image from his head to his legs, you see somewhere he so much enjoyed the things until he lifts his left leg to show how good he is at dancing. That is the chairman. But this is the irony, ladies and gentlemen. In 1990, Chairman John Frundi launched the SDF. And every one of us, you included, I was actually one of those protesting or marching at the Commercial Avenue under those water tankers that were there to spray and bomb us with water cannons. And we took the tear gas. 6 people died and they gave their lives for the SDF. I remember one of my classmates who was among the 6. We were promised that suffer don't finish, or suffer they come finish. It is more than 30 years today. Frundi became a hero overnight in 1990. And for the rest of the 90s and the late 2000s, he became the hero, the man to go to, the power broker, the man that beard dreaded, the man that francophones, politicians, the elite, they dreaded. And if you told John Frundi that one day he will be dancing and salivating with CPDM regime cronies, like I understand that the lady she is dancing with there is the wife of Owona, somebody who is the Secretary General of the CPDM. Again, she is, Chairman Frundi is there dancing with the wife of the Secretary General of the CPDM. Very soon, don't be surprised. This may be a prophecy, actually. Don't be surprised. Chairman John Frundi marries an Yaounde lady in the few months to come. Don't be surprised, ladies and gentlemen. That's what they do when they get there. They want to protect their money. They want to protect their wealth. And so they get over to Yaounde or to Douala, Yaounde in particular, and they merge themselves. They get married. They get paired up with Ewondos or Bulu ladies, so that just like you find in the Western world where young, rich, black men get married to white ladies just so they can protect their wealth, their properties. So that is what Frundi is doing. And again, do not be surprised that in a few months or years to come, Frundi will have a Bulu wife or an Ewonde wife. I won't be surprised at all. But this is what is a little funny in what we see, ladies and gentlemen. Take this very, very seriously. This is a man who said he was there to fight for the freedom of all of us. Had Frundi maintained his stance that liberty, freedom, or nothing, and not compromise with Yaounde, I can assure you we won't be here today in Ambazonia fighting and giving up our families, our children, our wives, our parents, our mothers for another freedom in a free and independent Ambazonia. If Frundi had remained the person he told us he was, had the SDF delivered what it was meant to deliver, ladies and gentlemen. How life can be very, very transient. That Chairman John Frundi, who was a hero yesterday, is a zero today. Look at that. Chairman John Frundi, the deliverer of yesterday, has become the slave master. Join tent with our slave masters. Ladies and gentlemen, just imagine, a few years ago, you told Chairman John Frundi he can no longer pass at his own compound in Bamenda, in Tarekon, Bamenda. There is no way. You would say you are dreaming. You would say you are crazy. Something is wrong with you. John Frundi is dancing in Yaounde, but he cannot go down to Bamenda. What a shame. What a shame. What a shame, ladies and gentlemen. But the irony behind this is that why Chairman John Frundi is dancing and celebrating in Yaounde, his party, the SDF, is being evicted in Bamenda. The SDF is being evicted in Bamenda. Take a look at that. Take a look at that, ladies and gentlemen. SDF thrown out of party headquarters over 2 years unpaid rents. SDF thrown out of party headquarters for 2 years unpaid rent, not 4 years, 2 years unpaid rent. And I think I read that article, and it said for the 2 years, the party has accrued 4 million, ladies and gentlemen. I am shocked to hear that the SDF, for 2 good, solid years, cannot afford just 2 million, 4 million, I beg your pardon, 4 million to pay their own secretariat. What a shame. The SDF, for 2 solid years, cannot pay their own secretariat until they are evicted. And Frundi is in Yaounde dancing by, as you can find there, with the wife of the CPDM Secretary General. Ladies and gentlemen, it marvels me that these people really think they still have any relevance. Does the SDF and Chairman John Frundi still think they have any relevance in that damn country? Does he really think the SDF is still relevant? Of course, in his mind, he probably believes so, but I think what we see is the evidence that very soon, one of these days, the obituary of the SDF will be announced not too far in the near future. The obituary of the SDF will be announced. I see it coming. I see it coming. When a party that was created to fight for the people begin to say to the same people, arrest them, arrest the people, extradite them back to La République du Cameroon so they can be put in jail. Those were the words of Joshua Ossi, ladies and gentlemen, in a press interview. Joshua Ossi said that Ambazonian leaders in the diaspora, he said they should be arrested in Europe, in the USA, and extradited to La République du Cameroon and be dumped in jails, detention centers, prison yards, like in the case of Sisiko, Ayoktabe, Tasang Wilfred, and the rest. This is the national vice chairman of the party that was created to fight for the people. But today, they are saying the people should be arrested. The people who have escaped their tyranny to foreign lands, they want them arrested. They want us arrested and bring back to their damn country so that we suffer whatever they have put in place there for us. Ladies and gentlemen, it's a shame, it's a disgrace of the first order. And if anybody is still out there looking up to the SDF to deliver anything in that country, you waste your time. The time for the SDF is far gone. It is empty. It is zero. It can deliver nothing. The only thing it can deliver for John Frundi, Joshua Ossi, and a few others that surround them. No doubt Agbobala turned down the offer to become their shadow minister of justice. Agboola says he was not even consulted. He was not consulted, he says. That's Agboola, ladies and gentlemen. You saw the headlines of the newspapers last week saying Agboola appointed shadow minister of justice for the SDF. In a week after, Agboola says, no, I turned it down. Thank you, but no thanks. I wasn't consulted in the first place. That is to tell you, I mean, just imagine, 10, 15 years ago, just imagine, would anybody turn down a title of such magnitude in the SDF? Would anybody turn it down? Of course not. Not. But what is happening is indication enough, ladies and gentlemen, that it is the SDF is good for nothing but for John Frundi. It is dead. The days are coming. I take you to the main story of the day, which is the story about Akwaya, ladies and gentlemen. What is happening in Akwaya is a pathetic story of a pathetic thing, what should not happen in Ambazonia. What should not happen in Ambazonia, ladies and gentlemen. It should not happen in Ambazonia. I'm sorry, before I get there, one more subject before I go. Now, I'd like you to take a look at these images. Take a look at these images, ladies and gentlemen, emerging from Yaounde. These images are emerging from Yaounde. Take a look.
Un petit déchet.
Et les pompiers sont où même, mon frère? Il y a pas reçu un ouais.
On a senti d'abord le message aux pompiers. Vous pouvez avoir 15 minutes.
Les gars sont déchargés l'eau.
On va vous sortir le virement après.
Tu vois, ça doit être les finances.
Il y avait un petit déchet.
Et les pompiers sont où même, mon frère? Il y a pas reçu un ouais.
On a senti d'abord le message aux pompiers. Vous pouvez avoir 15 minutes.
Maman mia, Jesus. Ça a commencé devant nous petits.
That was Yaounde. That was Yaounde, ladies and gentlemen, going up in flames. I think that was Friday. That was Yaounde, Friday, going up in flames. I am told that this was the Ministry of Finance. The Ministry of Finance. I think there are two separate properties here that are going up in flames. In the Republic du Cameroon, as you can see there.
Ça doit être les finances.
Again, I was made to understand that this is their Ministry of Finance. No doubt. La Republic du Cameroon Defense Ministry put out a statement directed to their security apparatus in Yaounde, in Douala, in Bafoussam, Boya, and Bamenda, warning, actually naming President Iya Marianta, warning their security operators in Bamenda, Boya, Bafoussam, Douala, in Yaounde, that Iya Marianta plans attacks inside La République du Cameroon, precisely in these cities. Ladies and gentlemen, for the first time, I have never seen La République du Cameroon put out a statement naming Samuel Okomesako for the past 4 years. But this time, they actually say, Iya Marianta, that woman is planning to launch attacks in Yaounde, in Douala, in Bafoussam. Forget about Boya and Bamenda, we own it. So, and then Friday, this happens, ladies and gentlemen. Again, I understand this is the Ministry of Finance. Let me say this, and I have said this here. For 6 years now, we defended ourselves in Ambazonia, while La République du Cameroon slaughtered 40,000 of our people. and send 1 million scampering all over in their territory looking for accommodation. They call them the IDPs. We have close to 200,000 in refugee centers across Africa, ladies and gentlemen, and Europe and the USA. For 6 years, we had this method upon us. And I have said here, if anybody thinks that we'll continue to sit here and say, you know, we just have to defend ourselves so that we're not called terrorists, who is fighting a war who will not be this kind of war, who will not be termed a terrorist? Mandela was termed a terrorist, but he ended up the hero of the world, ladies and gentlemen. Freedom fighters should never be afraid to be called terrorists, because their terrorist is your saint. Their terrorist is your saint. None amongst us should never, ever be afraid to be called a terrorist. This war has changed territory. We cannot keep on defending while they walk in with ease and burn down our settlements, burn down our communities, burn down our hospitals, burn down our schools, kill our people, rape our girls, and we keep saying, let's not go across because we will be called terrorists. Who cares to be called a terrorist for as long as that terrorist is fighting for freedom and independence for 8 million people? Think about that. Robert Mugabe was a terrorist, isn't it? He freed Zimbabwe. Simon Njooma was a terrorist, isn't it? He freed Namibia. You can go on and name the rest. Ladies and gentlemen, fellow Ambazonians, the moment is here. This war must come to an end in our territory. Yes, we're going to chase out La République du Cameroon from our territory, but we must carry out the offensive inside their own territory, just as no pity is beginning to do. We must teach Yaounde they got no monopoly over violence. And I will say this and say this and say it again. Again, we must teach Yaounde that they have no monopoly over violence. We must teach them that. Bafoussam, Mbunda, and all these neighboring towns, let's go after them. We cannot continue to bury our people. Somebody will say, oh, I heard somebody say last time, what will happen to Ambazonians over there? Who sent them there? If they care about what we are fighting for, if they care about what 40,000 people have died for, let them pack back home. We don't care where they live for now. It is war. It is war, ladies and gentlemen. We don't care about who is La République du Cameroon. It is not our country anymore. We do not own it. We have no control over there. We have no control what happens in that territory. We will go over them, after them, in those territories, and if you are Ambazonian, you are concerned in that territory, please come back home. Come back home. But let me assure you one day, they are beginning to dread what is coming there, what is going to happen there. You have seen nothing yet. You have not seen anything yet. This is just the beginning. And these structures you see here, these buildings you see here, going up in flames, you will see more. You will see more of them in the days ahead. Remember to say that I told you. Remember to say, I told you when these things continue to happen. Fellow Ambazonians, let me tell you why this is very, very critical. For as long as life goes on in Douala, life goes on in Bafoussam, life goes on in Yaounde, they don't care if they slaughter 1 million of us. They just do not care. Think about Francophones. Francophones say they care about us. How many Francophones in that damn country have taken to the street to say, stop the killings in Ambazonia? None. None. Not even their politicians. I heard over the weekend, what is his name? Their politician, the Bamileke guy, Kamto saying, no, I cannot allow the split of this country. We stand for one Cameroon, ladies and gentlemen. That is the person you thought would win the election, come and sit down, negotiate for the separation of Cameroon. There is no one good Francophone politician, no one good Francophone politician. Even my friend Dieudonné Essomba, whom I respect so much, he will not see Ambazonia leave. He wouldn't want Ambazonia leave. And you all know why. You all know why. We must not. We must continue to send the message to French Cameroon. We have been fighting this war for 6 years in our own territory, defending our territory, conducting ourselves with some dignity so we are not seen as aggressors. Now we have to become very, very aggressive. Because 40,000 people are not 30 people. They are not. And we don't know when the war is ending. We don't know how many more thousands we were killed by French Cameroon terrorist soldiers in our territory. If we have to give them pain, we have to take it into their territory and make sure that even their civilians feel the pain that Ambazonian civilians have been feeling for the past 6 years, ladies and gentlemen. We must. Let me appeal to you out there, every Ambazonian out there. Please, I urge you, look for your local government. Look for your county. Support your county. Pay your restoration fee. Please, pay your restoration fee. Without money, don't expect anything. These buildings going up in flames, they needed money. They needed money, ladies and gentlemen. These buildings going up in flames, they needed money for the operations. We need your money. If Ambazonia has to be free, every one of us must now stand up and say, if you surrender, you die. You don't surrender, you could still die. So why? Why not put in your money right now? RFE, Ambazonia Restoration Fee, that's what it is called. The appeal is to every Ambazonian out there. We need to take this war to their territory and tell them we have been very lenient. We have been very, very lenient. But the moment has come, our patience isn't paying off, and we have to take to the offensive as you have done in our territory. That is what we got to do. We need your money. Please, if you have been standing by the sidelines, please, if you have your legs on both sides, confused of which way to take. Listen, ladies and gentlemen. Listen, this war, Ambazonia is not going anywhere without a free and independent country. And I'm sure you have begun to hear even diplomats, international diplomats say it, that Ambazonia is heading for freedom. Ambazonia is heading for independence. They were not saying this 2 years ago. No, 1 year ago, they were not saying this. But they are beginning to see it. And the only thing we need to do is to pay for it. We need to pay for it. So Yaounde, if you are in fear, please don't be afraid yet. Nothing has happened yet. Nothing has started yet. We are coming. We are coming after everything that is yours. The diplomats in Yaounde who continue to write the reports to favor La République du Cameroon, I speak to you. Tell them to come to the negotiation table, to come to the dialogue table. Nothing, no freedom, no justice without sitting down to negotiate. And if diplomats will sit in Yaounde and dine and wine with politicians, with leaders in that country and think that Ambazonia can go to hell, Yaounde will be hell for all of you. Yaounde will be hell for all of you. All right. I take you to Akwaya now, ladies and gentlemen. Let me take you to some very, very terrible images coming from Akwaya. terrible images coming from Akwaya. I can't fathom how somebody will do something like this to other human beings in another community. It is a terrible thing that happened in Akwaya. Again, I bring you the images. Okay, John, wonderful. It is great that you connected. There are two Johns here. The John from Akwaya, great. Please spin your camera to be landscape. Spin your camera to come up landscape, okay? All right, I can see you. So, ladies and gentlemen, what happened on Saturday precisely in Akwaya is something that nobody wants to see anywhere in Ambazonia. And I know we are at war. And things happen. But when it happened, brother against brother, friend against friend, or family against family, it is horrible. It is horrible. And that is exactly what happened in Akwaya, I mean to say, in Akwaya, early Saturday morning. Now, let me be very upfront with you. The story I am bringing to you has not been authenticated. So far, the stories we have heard, the narrative we have heard is coming from one side. There are two communities engaged in this battle in Akwaya. There is the community that is called Mesaka, and the other one is called Oliti. Yeah, I think it's Oliti, correct. There is Oliti, and there is Mesaka, or Balin. Mesaka and Balin, they are in the same neck of the wood, the same community. I understand that Balin is a village inside Mesaka, and the Oliti is another village. Now, these two villages, ever before this war began in 2016, have been quarreling and fighting over a piece of land. They have been fighting has been escalating, now and then for all these years, until Saturday it took the wrong turn, where we are told that hired mercenaries, gunmen from Oliti went into Mesaka Balin. Yeah, Balin. Hired mercenaries from Oliti went into Mesaka, also called Balin, and they gunned down, at the last count, at least 30 people. Some other sources say 39 people. Other sources have said 39 people. Some other sources have said 30 people at the least. They were gunned down. This was happening at another funeral. Ladies and gentlemen, this happened at another funeral. I have taken a look at the images emerging from there. I see people's head beheaded, severed, separated from the rest of their bodies. I have seen people's heads broken into two. I cannot describe the gory nature of the images emerging from Akwaya, precisely from that little village called Mesaka or Balin. But we have learned that this is emerging from a land conflict that has ensued over the years between the two communities. But we are also being told that Amba boys in Oliti are responsible for these killings. Ladies and gentlemen, again, we cannot authenticate this. We have not heard from the Amba boys or from the fighters in that area. Let me say this. Anybody who kills an Ambazonian for no good reason isn't considered an Ambazonian restoration fighter. That is why we have some titles called Amba Boys, because Amba Boys are not Ambazonia restoration fighters. Amba boys are the wayward ones who go out and carry out activities, killings, kidnappings and ransom takings, tortures, like the one that we see coming out of Akwaya, ladies and gentlemen. So, let me tell you, let me say this to all of you, especially if you are from Akwaya. This interim government sympathizes, sends our condolences to all the families who are victims of this carnage. It is carnage out there in Akwaya. But let me also add that this interim government, no matter how good, how reputable you are, an Ambazonian fighter, you go out after our own people. You go out after our own people, Ambazonians. No matter how good you are at war, we will never, never, ever recognize you as a freedom fighter. You will never be recognized as a freedom fighter. Because we have said again and again that those who go out and kidnap, those who go out take ransom from others, those who go out kill our own people, torture our own people, you are not any different from La République du Cameroon, which is who we are fighting against. You are not different from them. And so we totally condemn what happened in Akwaya, and thank God those guys are not addressed as Ambazonia restoration fighters. They are calling them Ambas. We don't know Ambas. We know Ambazonia restoration fighters, ladies and gentlemen. Anywhere you find Amba restoration fighters or Ambazonia restoration fighters, they represent us. But Amba boys do not, again, they do not represent this interim government, and we will condemn every act of theirs that is assuming that indeed they did what is being attributed to them in the Akwaya. Let me take you to Akwaya, ladies and gentlemen. Look at the images emerging. Look at the images emerging from Akwaya, ladies and gentlemen. It is pathetic. I cannot even show you all of those images. We learned that even a hospital was burned. Look at people lying there burnt to death. Yes, people burnt to death, ladies and gentlemen. I can't take these images to you for a long time because Facebook is going to shut us down with those images. But that is what happened there. Look at this one. Look at that one. That is coming again from Akwaya. Look at what happened there. This is the carnage that took place in the Akwaya Saturday at a funeral service. Now, also again, we have learned that the hospital was burned. The hospital, a small hospital in that community, was burned. You've seen other images of people burned inside of their own homes. Inside of their own homes. It's a horrible, horrible, horrible story, ladies and gentlemen. Look at that fire. It is coming from Akwaya. Those are people's homes. Those are people's homes being set on fire. Pathetic is not enough. Pathetic is not enough. Look at that. Look, that is somebody's home or people's homes being set on fire there in that place. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I will take a brief break out. And then I will come back. When I come back, I will be bringing you my guest, who is a native of Akwaya, and I will also be joined by Bishop John, who will be giving us some insight as to what he thinks about this. Please do not touch your remote.
Are you a church or ministry leader? Imagine broadcasting your own ministry show or program on TV for just $1,000 for a full year. 1 hour every weekend. That's only $83 a month. That's $20 per show. That's the opportunity ABS TV is offering every ministry or pastors. These slots won't last long. Secure your spot before they run out. Or maybe you just want your conference covered live. Well, we can do that too. ABS TV is reaching millions of homes in Africa by satellite and other millions in Europe and America through Roku TV. You can contact us at 832-387-1460 and by email at info@absafricatv.com. Are you a church or ministry leader? Imagine broadcasting your own ministry show or program on TV for just $1,000 for a full year. 1 hour every weekend. That's only $83 a month. That's $20 per show. That's the opportunity ABS TV is offering every ministry or pastors. These slots won't last long. Secure your spot before they run out. Or maybe you just want your conference covered live. Well, we can do that too. ABS TV is reaching millions of homes in Africa by satellite and other millions in Europe and America through Roku TV. You can contact us at 832-387-1460 and by email at info@absafricatv.com. Are you a church or ministry leader? Imagine broadcasting your own ministry show or program on TV for just $1,000 for a full year. 1 hour every weekend. That's only $83 a month. That's $20 per show. That's the opportunity ABS TV is offering every ministry or pastors. These slots won't last long. Secure your spot before they run out. Or maybe you just want your conference covered live. Well, we can do that too. ABS TV is reaching millions of homes in Africa by satellite and other millions in Europe and America through Roku TV. You can contact us at 832-387-1460 and by email at info@absafricatv.com. Are you a church or ministry leader? Imagine broadcasting your own ministry show or program on TV for just $1,000.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for tuning in. I am now joined by John. Most of you other would have listened to some audios making the rounds in the social media from John, trying to explain what took place in Akwaya last Sunday. Even as of yesterday, we learned fighting was still going on in Akwaya. So far, some people said 39 people have been killed. Some say 30 have been killed. But no matter the case, 30 is too much from one community, Akwaya local government. John, please, if you can hear me. Can you hear me?
Yeah, thank you, Sister Secretary Chris.
All right, great. Thank you for joining me. I'd like to ask you a few questions. What you know about this event in Akwaya. Now, I understand that you come from the Oliti community, and of course, I know you have your biases about this thing, but I'd like you to tell us what you have learned, what you know to be the fact, at least in your own community. Now, if you want to talk for Pidgin, it be okay. Anything, any language you want for use. So you come from this community, this village called Oliti, right?
Thank you, Secretary Chris, for having me on ABS TV. I'm not from Oliti, but I'm from Misaka. This Misaka has 3 villages.
Oh, yes. Oh, yeah, so, you're from Misaka, but that is Berlin.
Yeah.
Yes.
Berlin. Berlin is a whole village, and it's like a capital for the 3 villages. That's where I came from. So my real village is called Bakinjo. When you pass Bakinjo, you don't go to Berlin. Berlin, you go to Bagundu. So we are 3 villages.
Okay, now
So
tell us, this started on Saturday. What happened?
Yeah.
What happened? I understand that there was a wedding going on somewhere, and this hired machinery walked in there and began shooting people. But something must have provoked this. I don't think there are mad people to just walk into a funeral and start shooting down people. What provoked this?
Yeah, Chris, I know you are right, but let me give you feedback some years ago before I will come to this for this one that happened now. Okay, let me just start in this way. 30 years ago, the little people killed one of our brother from Isaka. They dumped him closer a river. This river, it has shared border with we and Oliti. He went to Akwaya, coming back to our home. He was killed by the Oliti. 30 years ago, there was nothing like Amba. I hope you know. There was nothing like Amba boy. There was nothing like fight. But the Oliti people killed our brother. They dumped him by the side of the water. Okay, last year, Oliti people left their place. They came to our place to do control, to take money from the people who are coming from Nigeria to went to Bamenda. So our native people say no, they don't like that system. That system is not good for our land. So again, our people told the gendarmerie, and the gendarmerie people told the Oliti to go back. Those guys, they refused. So
are you saying that, if I got you right, are you saying that your people were not in support of people passing through your village from Nigeria? Did I get you right?
No, not that.
Okay.
We allowed people to come from Nigeria. Things are coming from Nigeria to Bamenda.
Okay.
Yeah, so these Oliti people left their home to come to our own area in Bakinjo, which is in Misaka. They were collecting money from the people who are going to Bamenda to sell their goods. You see? So our village people do not want that system. So they report this thing to gendarmerie. So gendarmerie tried to tell them they should go back. They refused. So they shot 2 of them, they died. Then the Oliti people told the gendarmerie that for them, they didn't send this boy to go and take some ransom money from people. So they will not fight. Okay, that one is finished. Okay, we have a land with Oliti together. For this land, when our people go there to work cocoa farm, the Oliti people will come and will be shooting gun on the air. When our people run away, the Oliti people will go and take the cocoa and go and sell in Nigeria. Because the Oliti don't want us to work farming in that area. And that land belongs to we, not the Oliti. See, this is what is happening.
Okay, so all this is over this piece of land.
Yeah, so this is what is going on. So I send you a message. Some of those boys that they were shot in April, they were taken to Nigeria. They survived. Those are the Oliti that came and shot them in the bush, the cocoa farm. So that one, some they died, some they took them in Nigeria. So from there, some of them survived. Even they are still there with wounds on their body. And again, the people went back and came these days. The recent one you are seeing now on the camera, that one is the worst one. That's why those guys, they came in the night. They were going houses to houses, pulling out our old mothers, our sisters, children. That I was hoping if I go to back home, I will meet new generation. But now, if I go home, I will be moving on top of graveyard Crisano. I don't know what can I say. And in our area, we don't have any problem with any gendarmerie no gendarmerie is fighting our area. Since this war started, you have never heard that they have killed gendarmerie in Musaka, but you only hear that they killed in Akwaya. From Musaka to Akwaya is a big distance. It's a big distance. So you see how Kapu Daniel came on social media to blackmail we to say we are connected with the gendarmerie to fight Oliti. How come Kapu Daniel came in our midst of our tribe to understand that gendarmeries are fighting? The gendarmeries are not fighting because they take from our native. They told them that, look, here, don't fight. Don't fight. We don't want any problem. If you want to stay you alone. Since more than 6 years, you have not heard this name Misaka, but it's now that you are hearing this name of Misaka because of what the Oliti people did to our people.
Comrade, let me ask you. I understand your bitterness against the Oliti people, but there are allegations that your own people have been confiding in a lot of public to come around soldiers and gendarmes to disclose the whereabouts of these so-called Amba boys in the Oliti, in that 2 of them were killed by your people, and your people also disclosed the location of their camp, and another 2 were killed. Again, these are allegations. Tell me what you know about this.
No, Cristiano, I will tell you that that one is a lie. That one, people who are just giving information just to blackmail our people to show that we are cooperating with the gendarmerie. That is a great fat lie from those people. I will not tell you that it's true. No, it's a lie. Forget what people are saying. I am the son of the soil. If I tell you something, Cristiano, believe me. And more days ahead, you will still see more pictures are coming. Right yesterday in the night, the fight was still going on. And even now I'm talking with you, I'm getting message from my people. They are telling me that those people, they have gone to another town. This town is called Asaka.
That has been burned.
It's called Asaka.
There was a burial ceremony. And so they came in.
Yes, go on. Sorry about that. Go on.
Yeah, they went to another town now. This night they are going to fight out that another village before they will still come back to we, because there is no other person who will come to our land. He will know how to move in the forest to another town. You understand? So the Oliti people are the ones sharing boundary with we, sharing boundary with the Asaka people, and not only we. They first killed another tribe that they live in Cambodia and Nigeria. They call the Injobo. And they kill another one Nigeria guy again. It's called Otanga. This Otanga is shared in Akwaya, not in our area. They kill again. But that guy was
So I understand there were Nigerians among these 30 deaths.
Yeah, there are Nigerians inside. There are Nigerians, almost 2 of them from Injobo. You know, when you live in Jobo, you will live Oliti. There's water that separates Injobo and the Oliti people. So they came through that road. They came to my town before entering into Berlin. They went now direct to Babundu. Babundu, they bring now to the forest again. Now they are going to Asaka. From Asaka, then they will still come back to our area, which is called Misaka again. So this is a whole plan that the people are moving around to come and kill more souls and souls, Cristiano. So it's terrible. Now, most of our people, they are fringing right in Nigeria. So it's not easy now for our people.
So tell me, have you guys been able to ascertain categorically that the killings were carried out by these, the so-called Amba boys?
No, Chris, I know that one of Amba boys. We don't know what is called the Amba boys. We know but the Oliti guys, they are the one. They are the one. They are the one fighting us. There's nothing like Amba boys we know. It's only.
But let me ask you. Let me ask you. As you mentioned earlier, this battle between Oliti and Mesaka has been going on ever before this war started in 2016. Some people have been killed before then, right?
Yeah, that's what I said. I gave you feedback 30 years ago. They killed one of our brothers, the Oliti people. They shot him. He was died, but our village people do not. They didn't want to fight, so they take it that okay, that has happened. We don't want it. So now that this one is coming up, it's like a provocation that make we to remember the past. To remember the past, what happened. Even though there are some children who do not know what happened 30 years, but me, I was there. In that Berlin, that's where I went to my primary school. That's where my brain was diverging. There's no place in that Berlin I do not know. Cristiano, I will take you from Berlin. I move with you around. I will go to Nigeria, to Benue State, Cross River State, Taraba State, Gongola State. I will take you to Bawuru, right to Bamenda. And I will take you today to Akwaya. I will move you from Akwaya to Ekom. I will bring you to Mafe, and I'll still take you from Akwaya. I will move in. There's a forest Akwaya with Mafe that will trek with food. That I moved that road for 2 days, which is 65 miles. I was having
let me ask you. I have learned that a gendarme post was only meters away from the location of this incident. And they were, from the hospital, actually. How come you wouldn't think that these gendarmes may have carried out this act? They have done it before.
Cristiano, the gendarmes they are talking, sometimes you find only 6 gendarmes, sometimes 5 gendarmes. They are not in group that you can talk about the gendarmes. Even the gendarme wrote a letter to Akwaya Tang that there is a problem going on in our area.
When was that?
They should not put just of recently before this other boys that were shot dead. Those other 6 boys, those ones that you saw stitches on their body. So we made them to know that there's something going wrong in our hometown. The gendarme, we don't have any problem with the gendarme, Cristiano. That one of gendarme, people are just making noise just to blackmail we that we are.
But when you say like that, don't you see the reason why people will say you are compromising with the gendarme being a foreign force in Akwaya? When you say you people don't have a problem with the gendarmes, they have been there, 6 of them or 4 or 5 of them all this time. Don't you see a problem in that when people say that your village was also attacked because your village people, they act like blacklegs to the fighters?
Yeah, because we don't, since this fight is going on, have you heard that they have killed gendarme in our area? No, Cristiano. No.
So the question is, why are they not going after gendarmes? Are you fraternizing with gendarmes in your area? They are colonial forces.
Yeah, but the Cristiano, the people they already know that all schools are shut down. So they respect the law that because now the schools are not there, so the gendarmes are there. They are not shooting us. So in terms of problem, also the villages have the power to we cannot go against the villages. So so we don't have anything that we say we are cooperating with gendarme to go and fight Oliti or we are the blacklegs. No, that thing the people are just talking is just to stain our name, Pisano. I will not accept with you. No. Even you come to Kumba, there are gendarmes there sometimes, but not all time they fight with the other boys them. So that is the problem. So you have to know about that.
All
So
right,
this is what
I get you. I get your point. Even though, again, we're not taking anything you say to the bank because they say that there are always two sides to every story. Unfortunately, we couldn't lay hands on anybody from Mesaka to join me, like you from. No, you are from Mesaka. We couldn't get anybody from Ololiti, I think so. To join me, on the broadcast like you from Mesaka. So that is your angle of the story, your angle of what happened. We appreciate you coming on to share a little light with that. We will continue to investigate. I'm telling you, I can promise you, we will keep this story alive until we get to the bottom of who exactly is behind this. And again, let me say that if this is being done by the so-called Amba boys, we will disavow them. We would not recognize them as fighting for the freedom of Ambazonia. Yes, go on with the last word you have.
Yes, my last word is to tell you that days ahead, we are going to have more information. Even one of my friends that went primary school, his son was shot dead, is coming. Days ahead, I will bring him. You will ask him about that. I call him, he says he's coming. So when days comes, I will contact you. And please warn those people who are like Kapu Daniel. I don't know either you may bring Kapu Daniel online. I wanted to rubbish him off because what Kapu Daniel is doing, he's giving information which he don't even know the history of that place. I don't know how Ambazonia, they will really, in fact, do something that would be good for the people. I don't know either it's money or what is really going on with those people.
But why do you take Kapo Daniel so seriously? He's a clown. He doesn't say anything that you can take to the bank. That is why I don't even mention his name here, because we know there is no ADF in all of Manu, and talk less of Akwaya. So it's not even important to. I listened to the audio from him. Initially, I thought there was ADF in Akwaya, but I found out there's never been one there. And so what Capo Daniel is trying to do is propaganda, grandstand, send the impression. You know, the ADF is a national force. You know, they were in Akwaya, they got obstructed by gendarmes sent by La République du Cameroon. And this community, they were acting as black legs and the ADF went after them. That's what they wanted people to believe. So please, he's not a name to be mentioned here. He's a clown. But listen, thank you for joining me.
You know that most of those boys they have killed, they are the one helping to transport granite to our place. So you should know that.
Right.
Most of groundnuts are coming through with that. We are the one transporting to other places to come in town. So now they have been killed. If we stop that road, how will groundnut enter into Ambazonia?
All right, that is enough. So thank you. We don't go into security issues on television. Thank you. You have a great day, sir.
Thank you. Thank you also, Cristiano. We'll see you next time.
All right, thank you. Ladies and gentlemen.
Keep my contact.
All right, okay. All right, 1 minute out, 1 minute out. I'll be right back with Bishop John.
Would you like to make a six-figure income? Well, you have come to the right place. At Venbati LLC, we can make your dream come true by training you to become a professional Scrum Master in just 6 short weeks. You heard me right, just 6 weeks. This may be the biggest life-changing decisions you will ever make. They say luck is when opportunity meets preparation. If you were walking down the street and opportunity walked past you, would you recognize it? Well, here is an opportunity you won't want to miss. At Venbati LLC, our world-class trainers would prepare you for one of the best career changes you will ever make. And then you can consider yourself lucky when you make that 6-figure income and laugh your way to the bank. If you are that person who can recognize an opportunity, call us at 240-701-7796. Check out our website, www.venbati.com. We have limited spaces. First come, first serve. Come one, come all.
Are you a church or ministry leader? Imagine broadcasting your own ministry show or program on TV for just $1,000 for a full year. 1 hour every weekend. That's only $83 a month. That's $20 per show. That's the opportunity ABS TV is offering every ministry or pastors. These slots won't last long. Secure your spot before they run out. Or maybe you just want your conference covered live. Well, we can do that too. ABS TV is reaching millions of homes in Africa by satellite and other millions in Europe and America through Roku TV. You can contact us at 832-387-1460 and by email at info@absafricatv.com. Are you a church or ministry?
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for staying put out there. I am now joined by Bishop John Egewan, former Secretary of Defense here at the interim government. Bishop John, it's a pleasure to have you. It's been a while that you've been here, sir. Hello. Oh, Bishop John looks frozen. Bishop John, are you there, sir? Bishop John, I can tell that you are connected. Your sound check looks good, but you are frozen on your screen. Please go ahead. Okay, there you go. There you go. I hope you were hearing me. Hello, Bishop John. Good to see you.
Hello, Secretary Chris.
All right.
Thank you for inviting me to the show today. Can you hear me?
5 on 5, sir.
Yes, I'm here.
Wonderful, wonderful. Good to see you. Let's get back to Yaounde. Let me show you.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you, sir. I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Okay, I say thank you for bringing me on the show. I've been having a technical problem where I am, the part of the world where I am. Internet is fluctuating, but I'm very glad to be here today. It is a very sad situation about this sad news that we are hearing from the people of Akwaya, and it's not.
Oh my, I think you got frozen again. Bishop John is frozen again. I think you are having connection issues at your location. All right, if you can join, please log out, log back in again, and let's see if we can have a good connection from you. In the meantime, I'm going to open the phone lines, ladies and gentlemen, so you can call in and give us your own take on the issues of the day. The phone line is there on your screen. Okay, Bishop
Sorry,
John.
Secretary Chris, I got disconnected.
Yes, you got frozen and you are frozen again right now. Try logging out and in and let's see if it works. If not, then we'll get a better connection next time maybe. Yeah, you are just frozen on and off. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I have the phone.
Actually, I have two connections, and I think
Yes, Bishop John, it doesn't look good. There is, you can't even speak for 5 seconds without freezing up. All right, I have the phone lines open. That gets to the callers first. Hello.
Good evening, Mr. Crisano.
Good evening, sir. Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Ground 1.
Okay, and what is your contribution, sir?
I'm very glad to see how fire is going on in that hosted country. I'm very glad to see it.
Okay, wonderful.
I'm excited to see what is happening now in Yaounde.
Are you a refugee on Ground 1?
Yes, I'm in Ground 1, but not in Yaounde, but in Douala.
In Douala, okay, wonderful.
I'm glad to see how the hostage of Pombia is burning, the heart of Pombia. I'm very glad of it.
Well,
so, Mr. Secretary, the other time I sent you a message. I called because I was in EY. I saw how the forces of EY are doing that, maltreating our people. When the time that they arrested Madam Mundi, I was there in EY. I went there for a cry. I saw how that those guys are doing.
Where is EY?
At Batibu.
Okay.
Batibu, Ashong.
Okay.
Near Ashong.
Okay.
Madam Mundi was there in EY. They kept her there with her driver. So I saw the driver is still there in EY. So
what is he doing there? Who is keeping him there?
The so-called General Wu. They say that is big number.
Do you mean they freed the lady and they didn't free the driver?
Yes. The driver is still there.
All right. Okay. Thank you. Let's get to other callers. Let's give them the opportunity to call. Thank you for the call, sir.
Okay.
All right.
I don't know if you can hear me now, Secretary Chris.
Next here. Hello.
Hello, sir. Good evening, sir.
Good evening, sir. Calling from Abakwa, is it?
You are right, sir. Abakwa.
Okay, and what is the contribution?
Yeah, thank you for having me in the first place. So, I've often said that this war has not started. So, what is happening to those terrorists is proof of what I said. The war has not started, Secretary Chris. These people brought war upon us. This primitive demonic war brought war upon us after 55 years of dehumanization. And they imagine they're going to get away with it. No, it has not started. We will exact vengeance from them. No, there is no question about that. Yes. Secondly, about what happened in Akwaya, it is very unfortunate that Amazonians should be going after Amazonians in this manner. Very, very unfortunate. Well, we need all resources to turn against these people. Then, I'm very pleased when you started the program, a commentator said that Ethiopia said something about Ethiopia wanting to build stadium in Amazonia and Bamenda. Ethiopia, I think it is time. Ethiopia is biting far more than he can chew.
Did he actually say that?
Yeah, he said that. He said, I read it myself. That the Brazaris is going to be stadium and they are going to begin in Bamenda. Imagine the provocation, the insult. Imagine the mockery. Ethiopia has never said anything about what is happening here, about the carnage happening here. Ethiopia has Ethiopia, small Ethiopia, who thinks that that flashy fame he has in football, you can give that, and the fame he has among naive, foolish people, he can have anything to say about something far greater than him, than the independence of Amazonia. Ethiopia says they are going to begin, and like I told you, I sent you a message last week that I see Brazzaville's vehicles walking around in Bamenda, driving along in Bamenda and selling things. Ethiopia is drawing effrontery from this nonsense. I don't know what it takes to bomb those vehicles, their passengers and everything about them. So it is from situation like that Ethiopia has the effrontery.
Well, let's see. It's one thing to say it, it's another to do it. Let's see if they have that effrontery to come selling Brazzaville's product in Bamenda. They want to make sure you consume it. They get enough money before they use the money in building a stadium for you. Can you even imagine that?
Exactly, you are right. You are right. They want people to consume that nonsense so that they look at the roads. I also sent them a video about the roads in Bamenda.
Right.
More prehistoric roads.
Right, there is no road in Bamenda. Bamenda look like an abandoned city. There are no roads.
That's right.
No streets.
Yes. No streets.
All right, thank you, sir. Thank you.
You know what? The unfortunate thing is that some Amazonians applauding what Ethiopia is saying. Some, I don't know what to call them. They are applauding Ethiopia. Yes, we have been left behind. I don't know. Anyway,
but let me ask you one thing. Why do you people allow PWD Bamenda continue to play in La Republic Football League? Why hasn't that thing been shut down?
I am the one who came here when the league started and informed you that PWD Bamenda and young sport academy intended to take part in their league. Anyway, they say they play matches in Mbunda and Bavusam or something like that.
Then
I don't care about it.
They should move to Mbunda and become PWD Mbunda, not PWD Bamenda.
Yeah. That's right.
All right, thank you.
Okay, thank you.
All right, let's see who is next. Hello.
Hello, Secretary Grace.
Hello, good evening, sir. Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from La Republic.
Okay, where precisely in La Republic?
In Douala.
Okay, what is your contribution, sir?
Yeah, Secretary, please, you always like to check our messages when we send you messages. At times, we have your contact and we send you vital information, but you don't go checking them. One thing that I want to contribute, I always follow you, and this crisis is all over us, and we are crying every day. Like I was in Tombel this Saturday. You can't imagine these militaries are walking all around selling of beers and harassing our young girls, sleeping with them, moving around with guns and terrorizing the whole place. Please, there is something we need to do. We need to re-strategize this thing. These people are entering us and they are serious. They are serious, harassing people in the entrance. For ID card, molesting people, security, there is something that needs to be done. These people are changing strategy. We have to change too.
All right, thank you. I hope that the people in charge of those decisions hear you. If not, I will take it to them. Thank you for the call. You guys remain safe out there. All right, Bishop John, if you can hear me, I would like you to, because of time, comment on this Yaounde fear of Amazonia coming over to attack them. I'm sure you read their statement over the weekend, or was that Friday, warning that Iya Marietta is coming. She's coming to Yaounde, to Bafoussam, to Douala, to attack there. What do you make of this? I guess Bishop John, we just won't have you today. You are again frozen up. Bishop John, did you hear me?
Yes, Secretary Chris, I can hear you, but I don't know if you can hear me.
I can hear you now.
Okay. Well, Secretary Chris, I think guilty that they can come to Amazonia and commit atrocities, and we cannot do anything in La Republic. But that time has come to an end. And La Republic and La Republic citizens will begin to feel the same pain that Ambazonian citizens have been feeling. They know they have been expecting this from us. I think they are just telling us that I think you people need to start coming into our country and carrying out this operation. They are guilty and they are ashamed. And you know, when the Bible says righteousness exalt a nation and sin is a reproach. Now that President Iya Marianta is on seat, I believe that many things were not happening, even though the Sako government had a lot of money. Many things were not happening because they were very wicked intention. They were putting money aside and taking money or living on this struggle for their own personal gain. But we see that Iya Marianta has come. She has a pure heart, and God is beginning to honor her leadership in Amazonia and making things happen from everywhere, even with the little that she has to control.
Oh, What do you say of those who say, hey, don't cross over to Yaounde, don't cross over to Mbunda, Bafusam, and so on, because then Ambazonians in their territory will be stranded, will be killed, and so on. What do you make of those who make that excuse? What do you say of those who say, hey, don't cross over the Yaounde, don't cross over to Bishop John, can you hear me? Bishop John, are you hearing me?
Secretary Chris, I want to say that those people are making a mistake. Look at this, Secretary Chris. La Republic come into Ambazonia, they kill people mercilessly, they commit atrocities, they rape, they steal, they burn down our houses and everything. And what is it going to cost us? How long are we going to wait for them to come and do all this wickedness before we start doing what they are expected for us to do? No. Like, let me tell you, those people who are just saying, some people are saying out of fear, some worst that can happen to us that has never happened to us. What is the worst that can happen to Ambazonia that has not happened to Ambazonia? What is the worst people think that can happen to Ambazonia that has not happened? Are they going to say that we are terrorists? They come into our country, they kill, destroy, and do everything, and you think that we'll just sit down and begin to say, oh, we are afraid? Let's get them where we can get them. Let's hit La Republic where it can hurt. Even if it means we have to destroy things in La Republic, we will do it. So anybody who thinks that that is going to, they are afraid of lawsuit or they are afraid of being called names, they can step aside and let those people who can take the responsibility do what they can do. I heard FMA of Ambazonia say that he will take responsibility over any ARF that does what is right, because we want restoration at all costs. We are not going to leave any stone unturned this time, because we have been playing with La Republic, we have been dancing with them, we have been playing very nice with them, and they continue to commit atrocities, they continue to do their worst inside Ambazonia. We are not going to continue to sit like that. We will take the war to them on the other side of the Mongo.
We definitely have to, and not just FMA taking responsibility for any action that we take over there. Right here on this television set, we will take responsibility for every action that we carry out in their territory. This is war, ladies and gentlemen. This is war. Russia isn't ashamed of the mess it is carrying out inside Ukraine. Why should any one of us want to shy away from our actions in La Republique du Cameroon? We will take responsibility for every action that our forces carry out in La Republique du Cameroon. The time that we shied away from those things is gone. Bishop John, the last word, please. You seem distracted over there. Bishop John. Bishop John.
Yes, Secretary Chris. I want to say that, look, I believe that if we really have to win this war, we have to do what we have never been doing. If we have been doing everything for the past 5 years and we have not gotten to where we want to get to, we need to start doing other things that we have not been doing, and this is just one of them. And I want to tell Ambazonian to be welcome to this new strategy, to feel okay, because La Republique has done their worst, and there's no worst that we can do to La Republique that can be compared to what La Republique have been doing to Ambazonian citizens. They have been raping us, they have been destroying us, they have just reduce us to like nothing in this world, and you think that we are just going to sit and let them do it? Which international organization is going to do it? Let them go and do it in Russia. What have they done to Russia? What have they done to Russia? Look at what is happening in Ukraine. What have they done?
Yeah. Bishop John, you got frozen again, and we lost you.
That's what I have had to.
Hello. Okay, Bishop John, again, we lost you. We lost your audio. Thank you for joining the broadcast. I will go ahead and take some questions. I will go ahead and take some, phone calls. In the meantime, while I am waiting for your phone calls, let me read a number of messages here. This one writes from Ground Zero with a phone number ending in 6514, says, Secretary Chris, good evening, sir. Having listened to your guest from Akwaya, his last statement shows that those people could possibly be killed by the gendarmerie in collaboration. Helping the importation of arms is clear that it could be blotted out. Okay, that is your view. And let me see. I see somebody writing from Germany. I think she's still writing. Let her finish writing. Let me read this other message first. Reverend Funky Samuel, moderator of the PCC, put out an official communique stating, and I quote, "What happened in Akwaya over the weekend was not carried out by the military nor Amazonia boys." He comes from Akwaya. Reverend Funky comes from Akwaya. That is what this comrade is writing from Ground Zero. And I actually read that communique from Reverend Funky, the moderator of the Presbyterian Church. Another person writes, the incident in Berlin has caused problem in the Amazonia. In the Amazonia, taking refuge in Cross River State, Nigeria, especially the Oliti tribe, who live in Otanga. Otanga, political word of Obariliku, local government area, sons, was killed in Berlin. The Otanga youth want to avenge their deceased on the refugees living with them, but talks are going on amongst the chiefs in Betsheva and Otanga to calm the situation. The refugees who have businesses in Otanga are not selling since yesterday. Most of them have run to ranch for safety. The interception of Ambazonia's ammunition in Obaniku, something like that, Akwaya border is a plan of the Nigerian Fulani grazing in Kalimo. One of them is Alaji Sani, whose compound is close to Kalimo Primary School. All right, so thank you. It's a little bit long there, but I think your information came across. Let's see who else. Ladies and gentlemen, the phone line is open. The phone line is still open. You can go ahead and call if you want to. Okay, let me read this one from Germany. I see a German number ending with 33. We are busy looking for La Republic armies to kill while they are looking for our local population to kill. So we are losing. They kill 10 people and we're just 2 army. And we are proud. We should not forget that the population is twice that of Amazonia. The American ambassador to Cameroon said it right, that the military is doing targeted killings. Let's stop playing ping pong games here. We are at war, Mr. Chris. Okay, so I guess she wants us to get into La Republic and do some better work there than sitting home and lamenting. And then she adds, Victoria is becoming a French-speaking nation. Just go to Down Beach. You will ask yourself if you are in Amazonia. I have said that here again and again and again and again and again. Let's hope that our Defense Department actually arrests the situation. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I have about 15 minutes to go. If you want to call and make a contribution, go ahead. call and make a contribution. I am waiting for your phone call. Lots of breakages in your communication today, Secretary Chris. It's not flowing. We can't follow up on ground zero. I don't know what the problem is. I think it looks just perfect out here. Maybe it may just be your own television, sir. All right. Hello, Chris. Why is our moderator removing all my comments on Facebook? Could you please look at all the comments I posted during this program about Acquire? My comments are all anti-la Republic. I have edited platform before, so this style is strange. All right, so I don't know what the admins are doing. It's hard to tell without sitting on it. All right. Let's see. You said yourself that the governor Okalia is selling Victoria to their people. What are we doing about it? All right. Well, I can say that here, right? You know that. Okay. Let me read this. Hello, Secretary Chris. Thanks for the great work. Is Chris from Ground 1. La Republic is going to pay for more than 300 years. All right. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for staying put out there and being part of the broadcast today. Before I go, I just want to make an appeal to all of you out there. It is the end of the month. It is month end, and ABS needs your help. ABS needs your help. Without your support, we can't bring you this television on a daily basis as we do. I want to appeal to you, please, to consider making a generous donation today for ABS to take care of the satellite and the rest of the bees we have to take care of just for this month. Whatever you give, if it is 10, if it is 20, if it is 15, it can't be too small. We're going to put on the payment information there on your screen. You have all the payment platforms, Zelle, Cash App. You can use that phone number you find on the screen, or you can use the the hashtag $ ABS Africa TV for Cash App, and the phone number you see there for Zelle donation. And PayPal email is info@absafricatv.com. We really appeal very strongly to all of you who are watching and who believe that ABS is doing Ambazonia a service to please consider making a generous donation today so that the bills can be taken care of here. We are not being sponsored by anybody except by lovers and supporters like you. Again, nobody is paying for ABS, but supporters like you. And at the end of the month, you can imagine that the bill would have to be paid as we are short of the satellite. So please, I am really appealing very strongly. Please use your phone. Take a screenshot of those payment methods and make that payment any moment, either right now or right after the show. We will deeply appreciate it. I will personally send you a message when we receive your payment. Please, your $20, $50, $100 will not be too small, or if you can do more than that, we will really appreciate it. It will go a long way. It will go a long way to helping us keep ABS running. And do not forget, as I said from the beginning, ABS is also running 24/7 on Roku TV. So after I am done here, please, ABS is still running on Ground Zero in all of Africa by satellite, and in all of Europe and the USA and Asia, South America, Canada, UK, through Roku, the Roku app or Roku television. But please, we pay for all of these services. We pay for all of these services, and that is why today I make this very strong appeal that you consider, please consider, whatever you pay, whatever you donate won't be considered small. Please make a generous donation to ABS today so we can go ahead to take care of the bees. And again, the Zelle number, the Cash App number, the PayPal number is there on the screen. If you are in Europe and you would like to support, just send me a message. Send me a message. You can use that number you find on the screen too. Send me a WhatsApp message on that number, and I will give you a European payment platform through which you can make payment, a donation from Europe. But if you are in the USA, please, or Canada, even Europe, you can still use PayPal from Europe. You can use PayPal from Europe. So you have all those payments information. Please, please, please consider doing so today so that we can meet up with our bills for this month. It is very critical. If we cannot sustain ABS on the air, then you can imagine how Ground Zero feels. They need to be communicated to. They need constant information. They need constant education. We don't want to leave them in the hands of enablers and blacklegs, and then they begin to receive messages that we just cannot support. So please, thank you for doing so. Again, the payment information is right there, the Zelle, the Cash App, and the PayPal, they are all there. Go on, log on to your PayPal, log on to your PayPal, and do the payment. Ladies and gentlemen, log on to your PayPal and make the payment right away. I will acknowledge it with a message to you. Again, I will acknowledge it with a message to you. Use your phone. Take a screenshot of those payment platforms so that when we are all said and done, you can still make the payment. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for tuning in today. I look forward to being back on Wednesday unfailingly by God's grace and His grace only. His grace only. All right. I'd like to say good night, ladies and gentlemen, to all of you out there. See you on Wednesday.
Would you like to make a six-figure income? Well, you have come to the right place. At Venbati LLC, we can make your dream come true by training you to become a professional Scrum Master in just 6 short weeks. You heard me right, just 6 weeks. This may be the biggest life-changing decisions you will ever make. They say luck is when opportunity meets preparation. If you were walking down the street and opportunity walked past you, would you recognize it? Well, here is an opportunity you won't want to miss. At Venbati LLC, our world-class trainers would prepare you for one of the best career changes you will ever make. And then you can consider yourself lucky when you make that 6-figure income and laugh your way to the bank. If you are that person who can recognize an opportunity, call us at 240-701-7796. Check out our website, www.venbati.com. We have limited spaces. First come, first serve. Come one, come all.
Are you a church or ministry leader? Imagine broadcasting your own ministry show or program on TV for just $1,000 for a full year. 1 hour every weekend. That's only $83 a month. That's $20 per show. That's the opportunity ABS TV is offering every ministry or pastors. These slots won't last long. Secure your spot before they run out. Or maybe you just want your conference covered live. Well, we can do that too. ABS TV is reaching millions of homes in Africa by satellite and other millions in Europe and America through Roku TV. You can contact us at 832-387-1460 and by email at info@absafricatv.com.
Aye, kwasa.
Yeah.
Aye, lat.
Yeah.
Aye, ntu.
Yeah.
Zi.
Yeah.
Dota.
Yeah.
Escola.
Yeah.
Ale bonso.
Oh, so. Oh.
Ase munyenge.
Akakakaka Yaounde.
Hey.
Yaounde.
Hey.
Yaounde.
Abana kwasiyo. Zewame. Oh, zewame. Zewame yo. Bambinde semo zewame yo. Obioko. Oh, zewame yo. Bambinde semo zewame yo. Oh, zewame yo. Bambinde semo zewame yo. Monu. As. Obioko. Oh, zewame yo. Bambinde semo zewame yo. Oh, zewame yo. Bambinde semo zewame yo. Monu. As. Obioko. Bambo qui n'est pas lembo. 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 Monu. Bambo qui n'est pas lembo. Bambo qui n'est pas lembo. Bambo qui n'est pas lembo. Monu. Yo. Obio. Oh yeah. Bambo qui n'est pas lembo. 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 Yo. Obio.